Welcome back to our channel. Phil Robertson, the founder of the Duck Commander Empire and a famous member of the Duck Dynasty family, is well known to the general public thanks to his long beard, kind grin, and love of hunting. Beyond that straightforward facade, however, is a nuanced tale of faith and redemption, as well as the hardships that enabled him to transform his life. From a little boy growing up in the Louisiana wilderness to the leader of a family well known throughout America, Phil had to face hardships, struggle with addiction and a wild way of life, and finally find solace in his religious beliefs. How could a man forego a bright football career, create a multi-million-dollar company out of nothing, and transcend into a representation of faith and family values? Discover more about Phil Robertson, the man behind the spotlight, as we delve into his inspirational biography, from his incredible achievement to the quiet, significant events in his personal life. Phil Robertson was born in Vivian, Louisiana, on April 24, 1946. He grew up in the untamed woods, where the difficulties of rural life and environment were integral parts of everyday existence. James Robertson and Merritt Robertson, his parents, were not wealthy. Due to the challenges they faced, the Robertson family was forced to live independently and without the contemporary comforts that many other families at the time enjoyed. The wood cabin of the Robertson family was a representation of hard work and simplicity. There was no running water, no indoor plumbing, and no power. They had to make what they needed or gather it from the natural world. The Robertsons produced food by raising cattle and chickens and growing vegetables in their garden. Phil's parents relied on hunting, fishing, and the local natural resources to make ends meet rather than shopping at stores. Their main sources of sustenance were fish they caught, deer, and squirrels. They also kept cows, pigs, and chicks to help them survive hard times. Being the fifth child in a family of 7, Phil was instilled with a strong sense of duty at an early age. From an early age, he was taught the importance of independence, hard work, and tenacity. Phil and his siblings soon learned that they needed to work to make ends meet and that each member of the family was crucial while being raised and mentored by their parents. Despite the challenges, he remembers a time when life was full of hope and joy, and he frequently thinks back on his early years with nostalgia and affection. Phil Robertson reminisces about his early years in his book Happy Happy, characterizing them as a period of joy despite many difficulties. He draws a comparison between his early years and the 19th century, when family labor was the only source of income. The Robertson family was always comfortable and joyful with what they had, even if they lacked electricity and other contemporary conveniences. Phil highlights that happiness is not derived from possessions, but rather from family ties and a positive outlook despite adversity. His success later in life and his character were built on these principles. Now restored, Phil's childhood log cabin serves as a reminder of his early years, where he gained independence, fell in love with the outdoors, and perfected the hunting techniques that would guide his future profession and way of life. In addition to being a place to live, nature served as Phil's best teacher and taught him how to deal with life's obstacles. Phil showed a love of hunting and the great outdoors from a young age. Phil was exposed to the skills that would eventually form the basis of his job while growing up in a family that depended on farming and hunting for their subsistence. He gained skills in using weapons, tracking animals, and maximizing the resources found in nature. These abilities not only made Phil one of Louisiana's top hunters, but they also helped his family get through difficult times. Additionally, Phil gained perseverance, independence, and a strong feeling of duty from the Robertson family's self-sufficient existence. He realized that the most crucial thing was to believe in oneself and one's family, and that all he had was the result of hard work and personal effort. Those difficult years didn't deter him. Instead, they strengthened his will to keep going in life. Career in sports. Growing up, Phil Robertson had not only a reputation for his hunting prowess and independence, but also for being an exceptional athlete. Throughout high school, he showed innate skill in a variety of sports. In addition to football, Phil was a standout baseball player and track and field athlete, earning him a scholarship to Louisiana Tech University, where he was given the chance to show off his football skills. Phil was the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs when he started playing football at Louisiana Tech in 1966. One of his most notable backup teammates was Terry Bradshaw, who would go on to become one of the greatest American football players and be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Bradshaw waited on the bench for his opportunity, but Phil's talent carried the squad through the 1966 and 1967 seasons. However, Phil decided against going into football, even though he had the potential to do so. Given his accomplishments and abilities, many thought he could have advanced in football. After completing 179 of 411 throws, he gained 2,237 yards and 12 touchdowns. However, Phil's developing disinterest was also evident in the 34 interceptions he threw, as his genuine passion was not on the football pitch. Eventually, Phil's love of football was eclipsed by his unquestionable enthusiasm for hunting. He would arrive at practice with squirrel tails hanging out of his pockets and duck feathers affixed to his clothing, Terry Bradshaw once said. He shot really well, so nobody ever complained. Phil's passion for hunting brought about a significant life turning point. Phil surprised many by declining a chance to play for the Washington Redskins, now the Washington Commanders, a team that many other football players would have coveted when the time came for him to enter the professional ranks. Phil, on the other hand, knew that hunting was his actual passion and that football was just a way to get a scholarship. In Phil's words, "I chased after ducks, and Terry went for the bucks." This straightforward remark encapsulated his values and aspirations in life. Phil didn't miss the opportunity to continue his education even if he gave up on playing professional football. After completing his undergraduate studies in physical education, he pursued a master's degree in education. In addition to giving him a strong basis for his future professional endeavors, this expertise acted as a springboard for the development of prosperous media and business endeavors. A significant turning point in Phil's life was his decision to leave the limelight of the football pitch and pursue a career that he felt was genuinely worthwhile. His enthusiasm for hunting and the outdoors served as the basis for the company that would eventually establish him and his family as legendary personalities in the American hunting community. Phil achieved extraordinary success in the sport he genuinely liked by deciding to follow his passion rather than pursue football's potential for stardom. The establishment and success of Duck Commander. Phil Robertson quit playing football and focused all of his energies on hunting, which was his real love. However, hunting was more than simply the trips and shooting prowess for Phil. Something was wrong, he realized. The lifelike sound that would draw wild ducks was not produced by the duck calls that were available at the time. Phil, who was an avid hunter, was not content with this. And because of that dissatisfaction, he set out to develop a product that would transform his life and the future of his family. Phil created the Duck Commander duck call because he thought it made the most realistic and natural sound. Made by hand from Louisiana cedar wood, Phil's duck calls were precisely fashioned to draw in wild ducks. With the Duck Commander tool, Phil was able to fully comprehend the routines and instinctive responses of his prey, which he felt was crucial for hunting success. In West Monroe, Louisiana, Phil formally established Duck Commander in 1973. He made duck calls for hours every day out of a small workshop and a dilapidated house, first selling them to local hunters. His product's quality and effectiveness during hunts immediately earned it notoriety in the hunting community. But the development of Duck Commander took time. Phil put up with years of unrelenting labor, creating his brand from the ground up. For the following 25 years, Phil labored under difficult circumstances, making each duck call by hand from Louisiana-grown cedar trees. Despite facing financial challenges and lacking significant external backing, he never gave up. For Phil, success meant a path of perseverance and passion rather than instant riches. As he once said, "I just wanted to make the best product for the hunters." What's special about Duck Commander isn't just the product, but also the family values Phil instilled in the business. The company wasn't just his, it was a family venture. Phil's third son, Willie Robertson, joined the company, and with his natural business acumen, Willie transformed Duck Commander from a small business into a multi-million-dollar empire. Under Willie's leadership, Duck Commander experienced tremendous growth, expanding not only in duck calls, but also into other hunting products like turkey calls, Strut Commander, deer hunting gear, Buck Commander, and fishing equipment, Fin Commander. Along with the company's growth, the Robertson family's name also became increasingly well known. Willie and his wife, Corey, played a crucial role in elevating the Duck Commander brand to new heights, bringing their products into major retail chains and expanding into new markets. From a small handcrafted company, Duck Commander evolved into a multi-industry corporation, not only producing hunting gear, but also venturing into entertainment, toys, fashion, and other consumer goods. The journey from a small workshop in a modest log cabin to a multi-million-dollar corporation is a story of determination, passion, and a strong commitment to core values. Phil Robertson didn't just create a product that changed the hunting industry. He also conveyed a powerful message about the love of family and the importance of pursuing dreams, no matter how great the challenges. The fame and success of the Duck Dynasty show. The remarkable growth of Duck Commander cannot be mentioned without recognizing the success of the reality TV show, Duck Dynasty. When Duck Dynasty premiered on A&E in 2012, no one could have predicted it would become a cultural phenomenon, attracting millions of viewers and quickly becoming one of the most successful unscripted television shows in history. Duck Dynasty wasn't just a show about hunting or rural life, but also a story about family, faith, and the wholesome humor that embodies the southern U.S. way of life. The show followed the Robertson family, particularly Phil Robertson and his sons Willie, Jace, Jep, and Uncle Si, in their daily lives in West Monroe, Louisiana. From hunting trips to humorous family situations, Duck Dynasty vividly captured the lifestyle and values of the Robertson family, especially their strong emphasis on family and religious faith. The first episode of Duck Dynasty quickly captivated audiences with its authenticity and the unique personalities of the family members. Phil, with his signature long beard and tough southern hunting persona, became the central figure of the show. Meanwhile, Uncle Si, Phil's eccentric comedic brother with his quirky sayings, became a fan favorite. The premiere of Season 4, titled Till Duck Do Us Part, aired on August 14, 2013, and drew an 11.8 million viewers, making it the most watched episode in the history of unscripted television. This marked Duck Dynasty's extraordinary success, turning it into one of the most watched non-fiction shows worldwide. Duck Dynasty featured not only regular episodes, but also special ones, such as holiday-themed episodes and new adventures of the Robertson family. The Christmas special, aired on December 5, 2012, broke records for A&E, becoming the network's most watched episode at the time. The success of Duck Dynasty didn't come from glitzy elements or dramatic complexities, but from its simplicity, honesty, and relatability to the audience. The Robertson family represented traditional values, strong family bonds, devotion to God, and deep faith. The humor of the show stemmed from everyday situations, addressing small problems with humor, but reflecting the profound love between family members. Another important aspect of the show was the contrast between the wild hunting world of Phil and his sons and modern family life. Viewers were not only drawn to the hunting scenes in Duck Commander's production of hunting gear, but also to how the Robertson family resolved small family conflicts with humor and forgiveness. Additionally, Duck Dynasty stood out for its portrayal of religious faith in every episode. Each episode ended with the family gathered around the dinner table, with Phil leading a prayer before they enjoyed their meal. This not only highlighted the deep religious faith of the Robertson family, but also sent a powerful message about love and gratitude. With great commercial success, Duck Dynasty extended beyond the small screen to create a vast media empire. The show's merchandise, including t-shirts, toys and fashion products, was sold across the country, generating hundreds of millions of dollars for the Robertson family. In 2013 alone, related product sales reached $400 million, making the Robertson family one of the wealthiest families in reality television. Duck Dynasty's success also marked a shift in how audiences approached reality television. Instead of shows filled with drama and conflict, Duck Dynasty proved that audiences still loved everyday stories, authentic moments, and family values. This helped redefine the reality TV genre in the years that followed. Despite its immense success, Duck Dynasty did not avoid controversy. In 2013, Phil Robertson was briefly suspended from the show after an interview with GQ magazine, where he made controversial comments about morality and homosexuality. This led to backlash from certain groups, while many fans supported Phil, citing free speech and religious beliefs. Nonetheless, Duck Dynasty's appeal did not wane. Phil quickly returned to the show and the Robertson family continued to produce new episodes demonstrating that their faith and family values remained at the heart of the story. After 11 successful seasons, Duck Dynasty officially ended on March 29, 2017. With the episode, End of an Era. The final episode was a mix of joy and bittersweet moments, as the Robertson family said goodbye to their audience after many years together. The show was not only a commercial success, but also a cultural symbol, where viewers found joy and comfort in the simple yet profound values of the Robertson family. Duck Dynasty left behind a lasting legacy, not just in reality television but also in the hearts of millions of viewers around the world. From a humble rural family, the Robertsons became icons of faith, family love, and steadfast commitment to core values in life. Personal life behind the spotlight of Duck Dynasty and the immense success of Duck Commander, Phil Robertson's personal life has been a journey full of turbulence, struggles, and ultimately, redemption and faith. Phil Robertson is not just an icon in the hunting and entertainment worlds, but a deeply complex man who has experienced many highs and lows in life. Phil met the love of his life, Marcia Kay Caraway, known as Miss Kay, when they were both very young. They began dating in 1964, and just 2 years later, they were married. Miss Kay was not only Phil's wife and the mother of their 4 sons, but also is steadfast through the greatest challenges in his life. However, their marriage was far from smooth. In the early years of their marriage, Phil went through a dark period, which he described as a time when he lost his way and fell into a lifestyle of excess, addiction, and infidelity. He opened a bar in 1975, and during this time, his family nearly fell apart. Phil became lost in a world of alcohol and unhealthy relationships, causing a rift in the family. At one point, Ms. K had to make the difficult decision to separate from Phil to protect herself and their children. Although the family was on the brink of collapse, Ms. K never gave up hope that Phil could find his way back. Ultimately, it was faith that changed Phil's life. After years of living in darkness, Phil experienced a spiritual turning point, finding salvation through his Christian faith. He recalled that during the darkest time of his life, when everything seemed lost, he turned to God and found light. This awakening helped him reconcile with Miss K and his family, redeeming his past mistakes and starting over with a deep sense of gratitude and strong faith. Miss K not only forgave Phil, but also helped him rebuild their marriage and family from the ground up. Her persistence, patience, and unconditional love helped heal the wounds in the Robertson family. From then on, Phil never looked back on his troubled past with regret. Instead, he saw it as valuable lessons that helped him realize the importance of faith and family. Phil's personal life was not only about reuniting with his family, but also tied closely to his role as a father to 4 sons, Alan, Jace, Willie, and Jep. All his sons have grown into successful men, each playing an important role in the family's business, from operations to media. However, they are not just heirs to the family business. Phil's sons also share a passion for nature, hunting, and strong religious faith. Phil's eldest son, Alan Robertson, is the only one in the family without a beard and spent many years as a pastor before returning to help with the family business at Duck Commander. Like his father, Alan also serves as a faith ambassador, sharing Christian values and the importance of redemption. The second son is an expert hunter and plays a key role in manufacturing Duck Commander's hunting gear. Willie, the third son, with his excellent business skills, turned Duck Commander from a small business into a multi-million-dollar empire. Jep, the youngest son, is heavily involved in producing hunting videos and entertainment content for the family. Phil and Miss K have 16 grandchildren and several great-grandchildren, who are their greatest pride and joy. Phil always emphasizes that no matter how successful he becomes, family and faith are the most important things in his life. Family dinners in the Robertson household often end with a prayer, where Phil leads the family in thanking God for their blessings. The image of Phil praying at the dinner table with his family in Duck Dynasty became a symbol of the traditional values and faith he cherishes. However, Phil's life has not been without hardship. The Robertson family has faced significant health challenges. In 2021, Miss K was severely injured when the family's dog bit her in the face, requiring reconstructive surgery. Despite this, Miss K remained optimistic and continued to be a source of strength for the family. At the age of 75, Phil had to learn how to care for and support the wife he has always regarded as the family's rock. A new lesson in love and devotion that he deeply values. Additionally, in 2017, Ms. K was diagnosed with idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, IPF, a rare chronic disease that causes scarring in the lungs, making it increasingly difficult to breathe. This incurable illness became a heavy burden on the Robertson family, especially for Phil. However, rather than becoming discouraged, Ms. K chose to face the disease with strong faith in God. She firmly believed that every challenge had a purpose and that life was a gift to be cherished. In March 2023, Phil shared on Instagram that Ms. K had been hospitalized due to complications from IPF, but she had recovered and was eager to return home. He emphasized that Ms. K's love and resilience had helped the family overcome these hardships. Caring for Ms. K was not just a husband's duty, but also a way to atone for the past mistakes that once caused her pain during his wild years. Phil and Ms. K weren't the only ones to face health challenges. In early 2024, Lisa Robertson, the wife of their eldest son, Alan, was diagnosed with breast cancer. This news came as a huge shock to the family after already enduring many health struggles over the years. However, instead of despairing, Lisa showed determination and strength. Rather than asking, "Why me?" she asked, "Why not me?" This reflected her acceptance and gratitude for life's challenges, believing it to be part of God's larger plan. Alan Robertson, along with Phil and the entire family, created a strong support network for Lisa during her treatment. Lisa's story was not only a battle with illness, but also a lesson in courage and faith. The family rallied together, standing side by side and sharing the burden during this difficult time. This only strengthened the love and unity within the Robertson family. In recent years, Phil has opened up more about his past and mistakes, using his personal story to inspire others. If they are willing to embrace faith and seek forgiveness. This has become the central message in many of Phil's public talks and shared discussions, from public speeches to his family's podcast episodes, current life. Today, even in his later years, Phil Robertson continues to live a simple life close to nature, a way of living he has been connected to his entire life. He spends much of his time on his vast property in West Monroe, Louisiana, where he and his family regularly organize hunting and fishing outings. For Phil, nature is not only a place of relaxation, but an integral part of his life and faith. He still enjoys hunting, fishing, and spending his free time appreciating the quiet surroundings he has always loved. Phil continues to participate in public speaking events, where he shares messages about Christian helped him rebuild his life and family. His messages of redemption, love, and compassion have inspired many people, not only in the United States, but across the world. Alongside these speaking engagements, Phil and his son still run the family's media projects. One of these is the Unashamed podcast, where Phil, along with his sons Alan and Jace, discuss the traditional values of the Robertson family. The podcast has attracted millions of listeners, not only from fans of Duck Dynasty, but also from those interested in faith and family. Unashamed serves as a platform for Phil to share his life story and to discuss social issues from a Christian perspective. Although the Robertson family's current life may no longer be filled with the media frenzy of the Duck Dynasty era, they continue to live according to the core values they have always believed in: faith, family, and gratitude. The peace that Phil and his family have found after so many ups and downs is proof that no matter how challenging life may be, the power of love and redemption will always help us overcome everything. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more exciting content. Leave a comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next video. Goodbye.